Have you ever paid too much for a car repair? Today, you will learn exactly what to say at a garage to get a fair price. You will also learn 6 important English words. These words will help you in real-life situations like this one. Our story is about a woman named Clara. Clara is 34 years old. She lives in a small city and drives to work every day. One Monday morning, Clara hears a strange noise from her car. The noise is loud and it comes from the front of the car. She stops the car near the road. She gets out and looks at the front wheels. She does not see anything wrong, but the noise was very clear. Clara decides to take the car to a garage. A garage is a place where mechanics fix cars. She finds one close to her office. She parks the car and walks inside. A mechanic named Tom comes to help her. He has a friendly face and a clean uniform. Clara explains the problem. She says, "I heard a loud noise from the front of the car this morning. I am not sure what it is." Tom nods. He says, "Let me have a look at the car. I will check it now and then I will give you an estimate." An estimate is a written list that shows how much a repair will cost before the work begins. It is not the final price, but it is a careful guess. Clara is happy to hear this. She waits in the small waiting area. There are chairs, a coffee machine, and some magazines. After 20 minutes, Tom comes back. He has a paper in his hand. He looks a little serious. Tom says, "I found the problem. Your front brake pads are very worn. They need to be replaced. I also found a small problem with the steering." Clara asks, "How much will it cost?" Tom hands her the estimate paper. She reads it carefully. The total on the paper is 480 euros. Clara's eyes go wide. That is a lot of money. She looks at the list more closely. She sees 2 sections. One section says spare parts, and the other says labor costs. Spare parts are the physical pieces that the mechanic will use in your car. For example, the brake pads are spare parts. Labor costs are the money you pay for the mechanic's time and skill. It is the cost of the work itself, not the parts. On the estimate, the spare parts cost 120 euros, but the labor costs are 360 euros. That seems very high. Clara takes a breath. She does not want to be rude, but she wants to understand. She decides to ask some questions. She says to Tom, "Can you explain the labor costs? 360 euros seems quite high for this job." Tom explains that the garage charges 90 euros per hour. He says the job will take 4 hours. 90 times 4 is 360. Clara says, "4 hours? I looked online and I saw that changing brake pads usually takes 1 to 2 hours. Why 4 hours?" Tom pauses. He checks his notes. He looks a little uncomfortable. Then he says, "Ah, you're right. I included the steering work in that time." Clara nods slowly. She says, "Can we separate the 2 jobs? I only want to fix the brakes today. I need to think about the steering repair." Tom agrees. He makes a new estimate. The new total for just the brakes is 200 euros. Clara feels much better. But Clara has one more question. She looks at the spare parts section again. 120 euros for brake pads still seems high. She says, "I found brake pads online for around 50 euros. Why do your parts cost 120 euros? Tom explains that the garage only uses original parts from the car manufacturer. He says they cost more, but they are better quality. Clara asks, "Do the parts come with a warranty?" A warranty is a written promise that if the part fails within a certain time, the company will repair or replace it for free. Tom smiles. He says, "Yes, all our parts have a 2-year warranty. And our labor also has a 1-year guarantee. Clara thinks about this. The warranty is important. Cheap parts without a warranty could break again and cost more money later. She says, "That sounds fair, but I still feel the total price is a little high. Is there anything you can do on the price?" Tom thinks for a moment. He says, "I can offer you a small discount because you are a new customer. I can reduce the labor to €80 per hour." Clara does a quick calculation. 2 hours at €80 is €160 for labor, plus 120 for parts. The new total is €280. Clara is pleased. She says, "That is much better. Thank you for explaining everything clearly." Tom smiles and writes the final estimate. Now, there is one more important step. Before the mechanic starts any work, Clara must authorize the repair. To authorize means to give official permission. When you sign the estimate, you give the garage permission to do the work and to charge you that price. Clara reads the estimate one more time before she signs. This is very important. Always read the document carefully before you authorize anything. She signs the paper. Tom takes the car into the workshop. Clara sits down with a coffee. She feels calm and confident. About 2 hours later, Tom comes back. He says, "Your car is ready. The brakes are working perfectly now." He gives Clara the final bill. The total is €280, exactly as agreed. There are no surprises. Clara checks the bill carefully. She compares it to the signed estimate. Everything matches. She is satisfied. Before she pays, she remembers one more word she learned. She had read online that some garages overcharge customers. To overcharge means to charge someone more money than is fair or agreed. This can happen if you do not ask questions or check the estimate carefully. Clara is glad she asked her questions. Because she was polite but direct, she saved almost €200 today. She pays the bill and thanks Tom. She drives home feeling good. Her car is quiet and smooth again. Now let us review the 6 key words from today's story. These words are very useful in everyday life. Number 1, estimate. An estimate is a written list that shows the expected cost of a repair before the work begins. Number 2, spare parts. Spare parts are the physical pieces that are used to fix or replace broken parts in a car or machine. Number 3, labor costs. Labor costs are the money you pay for the mechanic's time and skill. It is not for the parts, it is for the work. Number 4, warranty. A warranty is a promise from the seller that if a product or part fails within a set time, they will fix or replace it for free. Number 5, overcharge. To overcharge someone means to charge more money than is fair or more than was agreed. Number 6, authorize. To authorize means to give official permission. When you sign a document at a garage, you authorize the work and the cost. Well done for listening to the whole story today. You learned how to negotiate at a garage, and you learned 6 important English words. Remember, in English, you can always ask politely for an explanation. Saying, "Can you explain this?" or "That seems quite high," is perfectly normal. If you enjoyed this story and you want to keep improving your English, please subscribe to Fluent Story English. A new story is waiting for you.